everyone, this is DooRag's Demos part 1. And in this video I'm going to show you how to create Every Teardrop is a Waterfall by Coldplay on a Korg Kronos Music Workstation. You know, there are a lot of videos about the Kronos and the technical functionalities online, but I've noticed that there aren't a lot of videos about creating sounds of popular songs. So that's the main reason I would like to share my workflows with you throughout a series of demos. So if you like this, please like my YouTube channel. And once again, in this episode, I'm going to show you how to create Every Teardrop is a Waterfall by Coldplay. Have fun! So, the sound basically consists of two main elements. First, you have this PEDALTONE sample, which sounds like this. And second, you have this punchy synth keys sound, which sounds like this. Well, in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to create these two elements of the sound and in the end, bringing them together in a combination in the Korg Kronos. Well, I would like to start off with the PEDALTONE sample. So what I've done, I've basically ripped it from the internet using a simple YouTube to MP3 converter. And for instance, if I go to YouTube and I look up the song Every Teardrop is a Waterfall, then I can simply copy this URL and go to a YouTube to MP3 converter and paste it into the screen. Now I can convert the video into an MP3 sample and download it from the web. From here on, I can drag this sound sample into my Ableton project, in my case Ableton Live 10, and drag it into a new audio track. If we wait a few seconds, then the MP3 file will be loaded into Ableton. There it is. So the sample plays throughout the song, as some of you guys might know. However, I would like to isolate that sample. So I've noticed that in the beginning of the song, in the first bar specifically, this is actually the case. The sample is isolated. So that's where I'm interested in. So if you zoom in, you can clearly see the difference. So I'm going to throw away everything after the first bar and I'm going to keep the first bar. And here it is. But I'm not there yet. Since the sound is gently getting harder throughout this first bar, I would like the sample to have the same volume. So that's why I'm cropping the sample again to 1/4 of a bar. And then I'm going to start looping this short sample over and over again. And then in the end, if I paste it all together, then I have my isolated sample, which I can use in the Korg Kronos for further editing. Well, after copying the sample to a USB stick, I'm going to load it into the Kronos by inserting the USB in the USB port. Then, to copy the sample to the internal drive, I go to the disk mode. And then here on the bottom left, if I press the drive select button, I can see another drive is being added, which is called no name. And that is the USB stick. If I press this, I can see all the files on this USB stick. From here on, I can navigate to the sample and make sure the utility tab is selected. And from there on, I can press the drop down menu on the top right and say copy. Well, now I can go to the internal drive again and press paste. Well, I've already imported the sample earlier, so I'm not going to press paste in this demo again. Well, now we can go to the internal drive again and we can see the sample. From here, if we select a sample, I want to load the sample into my multi-sampling menu. And then if we go to sampling mode and I press the C2 key, then you already hear this sample. Sounds pretty good, right? From here on, I want to convert this multi-sample to a program which I'm later going to use in my combination. So therefore, I'm going to press the drop-down button again at the top right, and I say convert multi-sample to program. I can give it a clear name, for instance, Teardrop. And I can select a new initial program slot. And now I've created a program based on my sample. Next, I will explain how I created the synth keys part, but after that, I will show you how you can loop this sample while you play the other instruments as well. Well, the synth keys part is made up of a combination of 3 programs. The first program is actually a harpsichord, which causes this punchy sound. I've created a nice harpsichord of my own in a new program, but please feel free to pick any harpsichords in the initial sound library of the Kronos itself. The second program sounds more like a synth brass, but this is actually from the initial sound library itself. It's in the fast synth section under program number A097. Well, and the third program I added is obviously the created teardrop sample. You should hear the teardrop sample when you add this program to the COMBI when you press the C2 key. Well, after setting up the programs in the COMBI itself, I would like to add some additional effects via the IFX tab in the COMBI mode. So I've added 3 effects: the reverb smooth hall, the stereo multi-filter, and a stereo cross delay. For the stereo cross delay, I've set up a wet over dry ratio of 20:80 so that the delay isn't too dominant, but it gives some kind of smoothness to the sound. Well, I've connected all the IFXs via a chain, and make sure that in the routing you set up the first programs to go through IFX1 and the third program not to go through any IFX. So in the next section, I'm going to show you how to loop the teardrop sample while you play the other part of the COMBI. Well, in the final step, I'm going to import the COMBI into a new song in the sequencer mode. And from here on, I can loop the sample in the RPPR section while I play the other parts of the song as well. Well, assuming your teardrop combination is still active, I go to the sequencer mode where a new song opens. From there on, I press the drop down menu at the top right, and I'm going to import my COMBI by clicking copy from COMBI. In the next screen, I make sure I take with me all the effects, so I select IFX all and click OK. And now the COMBI and thereby all the sounds of the COMBI are imported into a new song. So next, I go to the RPPR section at the bottom of the screen, and I make sure the pattern edit tab is still active, because now we're going to record a sample and loop it over and over again. Well, on the right hand side of the Kronos, you see 6 knobs under sequencer, which are related to the sequencer mode. And from here on, you can start a recording or a writing session. Well, if you click the record write button, you hear a metronome start clicking. And by clicking start stop, a recording session starts. Well, while it starts, please hold down the C2 key under which the sample is located to record your sample. Here we go. And stop. Well, once recorded, you go to the RPPR setup tab, and we're going to assign this recording to the C#2 key by clicking here. And in the mode column, you can see several options like once, manual, or endless. And since we want this sample to loop endlessly, we're going to select endless. Well, and now if you press the C#2 key, then you notice this sample will be played over and over again. And now you can play the other parts of the song as well. Okay guys, that was basically it. I hope you all benefit from it, and I hope you have a lot of fun with playing this song. If you're still struggling, feel free to leave a message in the comments, and I will be happy helping you out. So once again, please like my YouTube channel, since more of these videos are coming up. Take care.